Cancer. Cancer, I popped in to see what's good with you. Pulled a few cards. Let's talk about them. Growth is out here with lucky in reverse and boundaries in reverse. The horseshoe lucky card out here in reverse. And then boundaries. Okay? I just feel like being so confused. Being so confused at how something has grown so far, so big, so out of control. Again, you know, but like I said, it's in my head, but this could be on either side. This could be someone looking at you so confused at how you have done so well in a short amount of time, but for a lot of you, there's this energy of there being some sort of confusion on one party's end about how things have grown so far, you know, out of control. Things have gotten so big. I knew that there was an issue between us, but I really wish I would have taken this more into consideration, paid more attention to this, because now it just continues to spiral. It just continues to get out of hand. Or for some of you, now this has really affected my money. Now there's no way for me to fix this, get back on the inside. You know, my boundaries are, someone's boundaries are set higher than ever, or my boundaries are higher than ever, you know. There is a hard stop on someone who's really generous with money, no longer being generous with money. You were serious, you know, dead serious. You were serious when you said you were cutting me off. You were serious when you said I couldn't keep doing this or that, you know. The financial issues were growing bigger than you could handle. There's also this issue of like wondering how an issue with your finances grew to be so out of control, you know, without you noticing, without you recognizing. This energy of like, how did you let it go so far? How did it get so bad? Not having any boundaries on yourself, but there also not being any restrictions. This full moon in Capricorn is about to highlight what has gotten away from you, you know, where you've become extremely out of alignment because of not putting your certain restrictions on yourself where you need to immediately. Have you on the needing to tighten your belt a bit? There's also this download of like, you somehow, you know, there could just be some karma that you're reaping right now. A lot of reaping what you've sown in some way. You know, looking at a family member, a loved one, your child, even for some of you, so confused at how someone could betray you the way that they're betraying you, but you forget things that you did the very same thing to someone else. Thank you so much for the love donation. Forgetting that you did the same thing to someone else in some way, and karma is real. Like, let's just say you stole money from your mom. You know, just as an example, you stole money from your mom, or you've been, you know, not 100% honest or honoring your position, feeling, you know, very betrayed or robbed in some way by whoever comes after you, you know, by the child making you feel the same way, someone giving you a taste of your own medicine. But all you could see is the betrayal that was done to you. You don't see the way that divine is reflecting you back at you. Trust, courage, and jealousy is out here. So not only that, there's this energy of like being so confused at how one party is growing beautifully and how another feels really unlucky, really wounded, really raw. Okay? This person who is growing and doing beautifully, or you feel like not only that, it's the illusion of like they're doing so good and they got a lot of money. How they don't got the money you think they do. They're not living the way you think they are. They're blessed in some way, but this could be a Libra. Something about it, Cancer, where you feel like a Libra is like rolling in the dough. They're not. God bless you too. Thank you, love. thinking that they're rolling in the dough when they're not. They're doing their best. Or they make it look good. They figure out how to work with what they got. You know? But looking at something like, how did my money problems get so big? Because you didn't set certain boundaries. Okay, the divine intervention coming in potentially and having to set boundaries for you. But again, trust, courage, and then jealousy is out here. And so I just feel like needing to trust the process, trust the endings that are coming, trust whatever perceived betrayals will be revealed to you as more than that when you're meant to. Hi, love, welcome. When the message is meant to find you, when you have greater understanding, right? This growth card being that spiritual ascension, you know, spiraling in ascension instead of going just around and around in circles. That energy, like it'll make sense to you. Something is a perceived betrayal now. Meanwhile, it's the greatest awakener, you know, the greatest redirection ever. And being jealous of someone in their life or how they get to be happy or where they are, instead of having the courage to face your new normal, trusting in the divine, that rejection is always protection, that redirection is always protection. You know, have the courage to figure out who you're meant to be now, to genuinely work on the things that you've avoided for so long that have resulted in some of you know, this energy, you being blindsided with a tower moment, blindsided with something being taken away from you. How long is it going to be until you walk away? Someone is relying on their mother, you know, hides behind taking care of the mother, but you're just relying on the mother. You won't say it out loud, but you think no one else can see it. They can. That's for who it's for. It's not for everybody. Well, this is the way that you rely on maternal connections. Those people who show up in a very, you know, maternal energy for you. But gratitude is out here in reverse. And then friendship. A lot of genuinely someone feeling really like you're ungrateful in some way. Nature spirits is totally giving me Taurus. As my throat goes crazy. Taurus is loud, but earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, being really loud. Trying to befriend you, you know, feeling really taken advantage of by you in some way or taken for granted. Something about this being a bit of blocking your own blessings to not honor this connection. This is someone who, like, you know, genuinely wants to see you do well. Right, how did I get left behind, you know? Not only that, I just find like you ending up in a timeline, you finding yourself, you redirecting yourself somewhere you never meant to be, you never really wanted to be, you know? Ending up there from speaking from a place of anger, speaking from a place of fear. Passion and fear is out here in reverse. With stop. Letting fear stop you dead in your tracks, you know? Not only that, but this passion really feels like anger and rage, you know, rooted in fear that was directed at somebody that I feel like you have been warned to stop directing a certain energy at before you lose the connection in some way, you know. I just feel this energy of like also this energy of like stopping, preventing this fear, stop. And then growth is back out here. Growth being out here twice. This ultimately being an opportunity for growth. So, you know, trust the process. Don't be so fearful There's something about you having to be on your own. Do it scared. Not feeling ready. Not feeling confident and having to do it anyway. It being very important or very intentional that the divine has you do whatever it is that you are meant to do. Right. Surrender. Being out here. And then strength in reverse. You will not feel so strong in some way, but you are covered. You are protected. Yo. All this red. all this red out here, root chakra shit going on. You need to find out how strong you are, how safe you are, how capable you are. Okay, needing to do more work around, you know, strengthening your relationship with your finances, becoming more disciplined, genuinely being able to protect yourself, getting stronger in your body. Someone is so fearful when it's necessary, when you know it's necessary for you to get better at protecting or covering yourself in some way. Period. You know, some of you are spending money on the wrong things. I don't know why I genuinely feel they're being somebody. Somebody got a gun and has no idea how to use it. What the hell is the point? You couldn't defend yourself if you wanted to. A lot of that energy of not being able to bust a grape in a fruit fight, you know? Well, at the same time, I feel like your face is being seen by more people than you have in a really long time. 11:11 on the clock as I say this. You know, you've been MIA. You're encountering new faces, more people than you have in a really long time. Protect yourself, cleanse yourself, you know, heavy on the protect yourself. Yeah, the divine got your back, babe, but the assistance you seek is at the end of your own arm. Make sure you show up for yourself, because a lot of you, there's something about being really comfortable in environments of people you do not know. This could be for work, okay, what you're about to start doing. You know, guard completely down, or really like no situational awareness, not hardwired to protect oneself, to defend oneself, or even knowing what to do or considering what to do in the event of an emergency in your line of work. Okay, what would you do if shit went left while you were right here in this scenario that you're in right now, that you're always in most of the days? You know, most times, and your mind is elsewhere. It's a lot of energy of being in survival mode. I gotta get it, gotta hustle, and potentially being in a dangerous situation, and you're not even focused on paying attention to everything around you. You just focused on completing the task so you could get paid, so you could move on to the next goal, or you know, move closer to meeting your goal. A lot of hustle and bustle, not enough, you know, staying and praying. And I literally heard repent. So whatever that looks like to you, there may be something about repentance or someone feeling bad for something that they've done. You need to take some sort of accountability, whether this is to yourself. For some of you, you've hurt somebody so bad or done so wrong in some way to someone that you tried to justify this behavior towards a million different ways, that all that you've got left is to take accountability for the part that you've played, and you do not want to do it. So having to not only deny it to whoever you've done it to, or whoever is defending whoever you've done things to, but also, like, you know, you tell a lie long enough, you believe it. That kind of energy, believing your own shit, that coming to an end. Please physically work on getting stronger. Build your strength. Okay? So if you don't use it, you lose it. Someone's losing their physical strength, not able to grip things the same way, not able to pick things up the same way. Your spine's not as strong anymore. Work on your physical strength. I love you. I'm going to leave it there. If this resonated, take a session time to come book your personal reading. You can do so at thebigbodyhighpriestess.me. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. Okay, if you want to send me a love donation, I truly appreciate it. I love you. I'm going to leave this here. Have a good day.